My dear students, in this class we are going to discuss library functions. Before going to discuss a topic called library functions, let us see one more simple C++ program. In the previous class we already discussed the structure of C++ program, right? And afterwards we discussed one simple C++ program also. So now let us see one more C++ program, that is program to accept a integer number and display it, right? So it means computer is going to ask enter an integer number, then afterwards user is going to enter a integer number and computer must display the accepted integer number. This is the program, right? All of you know already what is an integer number. A integer number may be a positive or a negative number, but it must be a whole number, right? If any number contain fractional part, means that is called float number, right? So now I am going to write a C++ program to accept a integer number and display the integer number. See here, this is very interesting. So first step is comment section, right? Therefore I am writing comment section. So in comment section we have two types, that is a single line comment and multiple line comment. Single line comment means suppose comment must be in a single line, then we are using this type, that is single line comment symbol. Otherwise we have to, if comment is multiple line, means we have to use a slash star number of comment lines. At the end we have to put once again star and slash. So now I am going to write comment in a single line, that therefore I used this double slash program to accept and print integer number, right? Integer number. If only one line comment is there, means this is enough, double slash is enough. If we are going to write comment, means that comment is not going to be compiled by the system, means that is not going to be converted into binary form. So when this comment comes, compiler or system is not going to convert it into binary form. This comment comes means system is going to treat it as blank space. Whatever is there in the comment, that is going to consider as blank space. So the why we are writing comment means comment gives name of the program, or it gives any explanation of the step or any formula which is going to be used in the program, right? So our aim is to accept an integer number and display it, right? So therefore I am writing here. First we have to write preprocessor directives, that is commonly used preprocessor directives are IOStream dash include in angular bracket. We are going to use commonly used header files called IOStream.h and conio.h, right? Therefore in the preprocessor directive write IOStream.h hash include conio.h void main open flower bracket. We have to accept a number, therefore declare one variable int. We have to accept int, therefore declare data type as int. CLR/SCR, clear screen, Cout, enter a enter an integer number. Cin. So we are going to store in A, right? That enter number. Therefore A. Cout. Entered number is A. Get close. See here, our aim is to accept a number, accept a integer number and display it, right? So therefore here this is nothing but, this first line is nothing but what? Comment section, and next these two are nothing but preprocessor directives, that is preprocessor directives, right? First we have to write comment, this is optional. Next afterwards we have to write preprocessor directive. That preprocessor directive includes header files. For example, here iostream.h and conio.h are the header files, and while writing header files we have to write all the header files in small letter only. iostream.h, conio.h, right? Everything must be written in small letter only. This is the rule, right? While declaring variable you can take capital or small. We have to use rules for identifiers while declaring variables, right? So otherwise we have to write in small letter only. So after preprocessor directive, according to structure of C++ program, we have to write a main function, right? That main function has open bracket, open flower bracket and closed flower bracket. This thing we discussed in the last class. See here, writing this main function, I written here void, void. Why I written void means, in the next class data types we are discussing in detail about that void. Here simply before writing the main function we have to write a keyword called void, void, because this is a main function. If this function is returning anything means we have to write that returning value data type. This is a main function. Suppose a function is going to return something or some value means that is done with the help of return statement. In this main program there is no return statement. Return ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಲಿಂದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ನ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ವಾಯ್ಡಿಂದ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೇನ್ಕಿನ ಮುಂಚೆ ವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ರೈಟ್? So this is a main function. Suppose main function is not going to return any value means at that time that function data type is indicated by void, keyword called void. So this main function doesn't contain any return statement. So therefore this main function data type is void. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಲೇ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು, ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನೂ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಎನಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಯ್ಡ್ VOID. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಏನು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನೂ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನೂ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ದು ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ವಾಯ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಓಪನ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ within this open flower bracket and closed flower bracket, that is called body of the main function. Body of the main function. Okay, so ಇದು open flower bracket ಬರೆದ ಮೇಲೆ what main function contains? Generally it contains ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟೇಬಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ವಿ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ಡ್ ಎನಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆ ಸಿಚುವೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅವರ್ ಏಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಎ ನಂಬರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಆ ನಂಬರ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ನಂಬರ್ನ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದು ಇಂಟಿಜರ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಂಟ್ ಎ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ನ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ರೈಟ್. ಸಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್? ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. How to write a clear screen function? CLR SCR open bracket closed bracket semicolon. So this is what clear screen function. It is going to clear the previous input output statements on the screen. Okay, ಅದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಆಮೇಲೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್, ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, what is our name? Our aim is to accept a number from the user and we have to display it. So therefore cout statement is used to display a sentence or display a result. So cout statement ಡಬಲ್ ಕೊಟೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಿದೆ? ಎಂಟರ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಸೊ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ cout ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಎಂಟರ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಎಂಟರ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಇದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿದೆ? ಸಿ ಇನ್ ಎ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಪೋಸ್ ನಾನು 10 ಅಂತ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಆ ಯೂಸರ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ 10 ಎ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು cout ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಂತ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? 10 ಅಂತ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇದ್ರ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆನೇ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡಬಲ್ ಕೊಟೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಂಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಕೊಟೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಿಂದ ಎಂಡ್ವರೆಗೂ ಏನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ವಿ ಅದು ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಲೆಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಎ ಅಂತಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು? ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 10 ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ 10 ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ 10 ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೆಚ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್? ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ what? Alt plus C, right? Alt plus C means don't think Alt plus operator C ಆ ಥರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ when we are going to enter Alt as well as C button at a time, in such situation is indicated by Alt plus C, right? So I am entering Alt C at a time, so that is indicated by Alt plus C. So when a user is going to enter Alt C, then what happens? Whatever user is going to write program, it may be C program or C++ program or any high level program, that is going to be converted into machine level language. So Alt C is nothing but compile is going on. Program is compiled. Alt C means program is compiled. What is mean by compile? Means converting user entered high level program into machine language. So then the whole program is converted into binary form, right? Binary form. Why it is converting to binary form? Because computer understand only binary language. Therefore the whole program is going to be converted into binary form. So while converting program into binary form, it is going to check the syntax, rules of the programming language. So ಏನಾದರೂ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಏನು ರೂಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಎವ್ರಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಂಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಸೆಮಿಕೊಲನ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಥರ ಸೆಮಿಕೊಲನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ನಾವು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಫರ್ಗಟನ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಸೆಮಿಕೊಲನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಎರರ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಸಿಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಎರರ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದ್ದರೆ, so those errors are displayed. We have to solve those error. When zero error comes means 100% compilation is done. Afterwards we have to press Alt plus R, that is program is, we have Alt plus R means running the program. Then the written program is interact with the user. So after Alt R ಅಂದರೆ Alt R at a time ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬರೆದಿರೋ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮು ಯೂಸರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿ ಔಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಂಟರ್ ಎನ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯೂಸರ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ನಂಬರು, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ಡ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಎ. Afterwards once again cout statement is there, this is printing here. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಯೂಸರ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂಬರ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಅದ್ರ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆನೇ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಂಟರ್ ಎ ನಂಬರ್, ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ಎ ನಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ಡಬಲ್ ಕೊಟೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಎ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, 10 ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, 10 ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಗೆಚ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಗೆಚ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾಕೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ವೈ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗೆಚ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಗೆಚ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್. ದಿಸ್ ಗೆಚ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಟು ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್. ಹೌ ಮೀನ್ಸ್, ಜನರಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ Alt C, then program is compiled, zero error means then we are going to press Alt R. Suppose we are not using this getch function in our program means what happens, after pressing Alt R means program is run and it once again come back to the screen where we written this program, that is cursor comes to the blue screen. Okay, then we have to press once again Alt F9, then cursor is moving from blue screens to black screen, that is cursor is moving from where we written program that screens to input output screen. So afterwards this result is displayed. Means we have to use this step Alt F9 ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆವಾಗ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಗೆಚ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ದಿಸ್ Alt F9 ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಸೊ ಟು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಗೆಚ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಗೆಚ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಗೆಚ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ 3 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಗೆಚ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ Alt C, program is compiled, zero error, then we have to press Alt R, then we are not coming to the blue screen means where we are written program ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ Alt R ಹೊಡೆಯೋಣ, ಇಮ್ಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಗೆ ಕರ್ಸರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಗೆಚ್ ಹಾಕೋದ್ರಿಂದ Alt F9 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಡ್. So therefore we can say why we have to use get function in a program means this get function is going to reduce the execution step. That is Alt F9 pressing is not done when we are using get function. Okay, therefore we are using get function. And one more thing, why we have to use this clear screen function? CLR/SCR means clear screen function. It is going to clear the input output screen. See here how means, suppose let us assume this clear screen function is not there. We are not used this clear screen function. Alt C, program is compiled, Alt R, result is displayed. Okay, so means enter a integer number, I am entering 10. Entered number is 10, like this result is displayed. Once again I am pressing Alt C, compiled, Alt R, once again this printing enter an integer number. It is printing in here enter an integer number. Entered integer number is 10. Once again it is printing, means we are getting the result on screen 2 times. Means it displays previous result, previous input as well as previous result. Also it displays current, means present input, present output. So it seems to be very bad. So therefore we have to use this clear screen function. Clear screen function use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆದಮೇಲೆ Alt C Alt R ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಏನೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ. Means it is erased. Once again whatever the first cout statement is, that is printing. Means enter a integer number, like this. Once again it is printing, and afterwards I am entering 50, and afterwards next cout statement is printing, that is entered number is 50, like this it is printing. So therefore to avoid previous input output statement purpose, we are using clear screen function. What is the use of clear screen function means, we can say clear screen function is going to clear the previous input output statements, previous input output on the screen, right? It clears the previous input output on the screen, right? So therefore we are using clear screen function. And one more thing here, see here it is printing in single line. Number of cout statements here there, means it is printing enter integer number. I am entering 50. Next in front of that 50 one more sentence is printing. It seems to be very odd, right? Howda neatagi ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಲೈನ್ ಬೈ ಲೈನ್ cout statement print ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, we are using here enter a integer number. ಎಂಡೆಲ್ ಈ ಥರ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ cout ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ /n ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, see here, so ಏನಿದೆ, enter an integer number, right? ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಂಟರ್ ಎನ್ ಇಂಟಿಜರ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಈ ಥರ ಕೋಲಂತನ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಬಲ್ ಕೊಟೇಶನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಡಬಲ್ ಕೊಟೇಶನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಎಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ is going to move cursor back, that is it moves cursor to next line. So therefore enter an integer number ಅಂತ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಕರ್ಸರ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಯೂಸರ್ is going to enter a number, for example 50. Next afterwards one more cout statement is there. Previously it is enter number is 50, but now I added /n. This /n moves present cursor to next line. So therefore next line ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Entered number is 50, like this. So this endl as well as /n both are used to move the cursor to the next line, right? Both are performing this endl athwa /n, both are performing the same operation, that is they are used to move the cursor to the next line. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಎನ್ ಇಂಟಿಜರ್ ನಂಬರ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಂಟರ್ 50, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇಸ್ 50. So this seems to be very fine, very nice, right? So therefore in the program wherever necessary we have to use this endl or /n, right? So to perform this end, suppose we are using in our program endl or /n, means we have to include another header file called hash include io manip.h, right? So means we are using endl, means we have to include one more header file, that is io manip.h. So like this, whenever we are going to introduce any special thing in our program, means we have to add its related header files. For example, in our program scene cout statements are there, means we have to use iostream.h. In our program clear screen getch function are there, means we have to use conio.h header file. In our program endl is there, means we have to use io manip.h header file. So these header files are going to link related code to our program, which are stored in C++ library, which are stored in C++ library, right? So this is what another example for simple C++ program. Now let us discuss next topic, that is the library functions. Next topic is library functions. Library functions. What is mean by library functions? Means in C++ software, some predefined functions are there. Some predefined functions means they are already, the code for those functions is already written. Just they are linked to our program with the help of a header file, and they are going to perform predefined task. So such predefined functions are called library functions. For example, we are including iostream.h header file to our program to work scene cout functions. We are going to include conio.h header file to include to link clear screen function, getch function. So clear screen function, getch function, scene function, cout function. So these are what? These are predefined functions, so are called library functions. C++ provides many built-in functions. Built-in means already defined code for such functions. So C++ provides built-in functions that save the programming time, right? So our aim is to just here accept a number and print a number. So for this task purpose we are writing code. So to perform this task we are using cin and cout functions. So once again, to work cin to accept a number and cout to display a sentence purpose, we have to write code, means it is very difficult, right? We are using number of times cin function, cout function. So for such common functions are predefined and stored in the C++ software. So just including related header files, the code is linked to our program. So such functions, such predefined functions are called library functions, right? They include library function includes mathematical functions, character functions, string functions, and console input output functions. What are the different functions? First one, mathematical functions. Next one is character function. Next one is string functions. Fourth one is console input output functions. Means in a library functions are categorized into mathematical functions, character functions, string functions, console input output functions. So these are predefined functions. Library functions means predefined functions. Suppose we have to include some predefined library functions code to our program, means we have to use a header file called math.h. Means in our program we are preprocessor directives include math.h, means mathematical related library functions are linked to our program. For example, sqrt of n, POW of x comma y, sin of x, etc. So these are mathematical related library functions. So sqrt of n means whatever we are going to write in the bracket, that number square root is displayed. PW of x comma y means, for example, PW of x comma y means we have to enter two numbers 2, 5. That is what we are going to mention in the first place, that number's power is found. That is PW of 2, 5 means its meaning is 2 power 5 is going to be displayed. Whatever the 2 power 5, 32, like this. So 2 power 5 means we have 2, 5 means 2 power 5 is displayed. Like this, sin of x, cos of x, like this, some predefined mathematical functions are there. So include those predefined functions to our program, means we have to use a header file called math.h. In the same way, so next is character functions. Some character functions are there. So we have to include predefined character functions to our program, means we have to use a header file called ctype.h. So this ctype.h is a header file that links predefined character functions to our program. For example, alpha of C is alpha of C to upper of C etc. These are the character functions, means these functions working on character. For example, is alpha of C means C is a character type variable. The entered character is the alphabet or not, that is displayed by this function. Suppose C includes A means is alpha of A is a alphabet. It may be capital letter or small letter. If it is alphabet means we get result true or 1. If suppose C is alpha of C contains some value, some number means it is not an alphabet, then at that time we are getting the result as false or 0. Like this, to upper of C, it converts entered letter into uppercase. It converts entered letter into uppercase. Suppose we have to convert small a to capital A means we have to use this library function to upper of A, then entered small a is converted into capital A. Like this, so many character functions are there. Suppose we have to include those character functions to our program means we have to use C type .h header file. In the same manner, we have to include some string functions to our program means we have to add a file called string.h. We have to add a file called string.h. Example for string functions means strlen of n, comma str cat of s1 comma s2 etc. So these are what? String functions. String is nothing but sequence of characters enclosed in a double quote mark is called a string, right? So here strlen of n means what? This n is a string. That string length is found with the help of this predefined library function. strlen means it is a string length find out mode of function. Next, strcat means string concatenation. That is s1 comma s2 means those specified string s1 and s2 are added. So to perform addition of two string purpose we are using string cat function, that is string concatenation functions. Regarding these functions we are going to discuss in the next chapter in detail. Right now just you think that suppose we are using any mathematical related library functions to our program means we have to use a header file called math.h. We are using any character functions, predefined library character functions to our program means we have to use a header file called ctype.h. Like this, we are using any built-in string functions such as strlen function, strcat functions in our program means we have to use a string.h header file. In the same way, we are using any input output functions, console input output functions to our program means we have to use a header file called stdio.h. We have to use a header file called stdio.h. For example for input output functions are gets function, puts function. So these are the input output functions. So regarding these each functions we are going to discuss in the next chapter in detail, right? Just I mentioned here examples. So right, so these are what? Library functions. We are using such library functions in our program means we have to add related header files of that functions. For example, we are using sqrt functions, means we have to add a math.h header file. We are using is alpha of c function, means character related function, means we have to add c type.h header file. So like this we have to add related header files whenever we are using library functions. So this completes your introduction to C++ chapter. In the next class I am going to start a new chapter. I think that is data types, different data types. Thank you, students.